What's up, guys? We're back in the basement. I guess I need to start calling these things Coffee with Little Dave or something. This is your chance to dive in the comments. Tell me what you think about this thing. Tell me what you think about the footage, what you do or don't like, what you think I could improve on. Let me know. I really just wanted to give you guys a little more insight into the 3D printing process that it took to create this thing. And I'm not going to act like I'm an expert with 3D printing, but I have learned a ton throughout this process, and I wanted to share some of it with you guys. So once again, the inspiration came from the big headlight assemblies that the off-road guys run to keep the headlight from moving with the handlebars. Once again, shout out Mike Leggett. Can't act like it was 100% my idea. We both conceptualized this thing, and then I started poking around in CAD, and the next thing I knew, I was printing some prototypes to try and move forward with it. So this is some more Appalachian engineering that I've come up with since the last video I posted. It's extremely ugly because I had to essentially glue these what I'll call whisker biscuits in here. So in an ideal world, if I was going to sell this as a product, you'd sell a number plate with it, with a clean cut with the whiskers already installed, just to help prevent dirt from getting back towards the head stem. I know the whole concept of having a slot in your front number plate is a little silly to begin with, but there's really no other options on mounting this thing to be able to come through the front stem here, because everything else on the front end moves with the handlebars, you know, from the nut to triple clamps all the way down. So your only mounting options are in between the triple clamps. And as you can see, the bars turned all the way one way and then all the way the other. A GoPro physically won't fit here. Maybe in the future, if I used an Insta360 or something really small that could fit behind the number plate and then have a clear cover through the number plate, that would be pretty sweet. But this is what we're rolling with for now. Alright guys, so here's the tab we're actually mounted to. This is for a steering stabilizer, of course, if you were to run that. And it does have a hole directly through the tab. Let's say the tab is only about 1/4 inch tall, and it protrudes maybe 3/4 of an inch. You have one through bolt. And I'm telling you guys, this thing is unbelievably solid. You could literally pick up the entire bike with this thing. So the one that's on the bike now is like revision D, but this is the beauty of 3D printing. You can print prototypes with 5% infill, where you do get the general geometry of your shape, but it is nearly hollow so that you don't waste material. So taking crude measurements with calipers and then modeling it up, I'm able to print this to get a general fit on how it would fit on the tab itself. So this is the first unit I ran on the bike at Windy Hill, and I did have a feeling that it was going to fail just because of the nature of the geometry I went with. Very thin, and this is just regular ABS. But this final revision you're looking at here is actually 30% carbon fiber filled ABS. So about 30% by volume of the material are literally carbon fibers. So yes, you have to have a specific nozzle on the printer because it is very abrasive and will damage a regular nozzle. So it is a more expensive process, but the strength you get out of this thing is insane. I would actually really love to do some stress and strain analysis on regular ABS versus this stuff, because I truly believe that it would outperform regular ABS by far. We got a clip of this actually breaking off. It did last 3 motos, so I was impressed with that. But I landed off that big double at Windy Hill, and it did finally fail on me. So this is revision C here. Also really low infill just for test fitment. But as you can see, I beefed up the GoPro mount area to prevent this from flexing. Literally doubled the width of the geometry. So I also shortened it about 1 inch just to keep from clearing the brake line here, and to reduce that moment arm that's pushing down so much, having that GoPro way out there on the tip. Alright guys, now that I've bored you to death with all the details that I geek out over, you just want to see the footage, right? I'm personally pretty stoked with how the footage turned out. The stability of it is actually mind-boggling. But that's just the nature of these GoPros and how good the stabilization is on these things these days. But for real, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I plan on racing with this thing tomorrow at Dreamville. So to be able to pair clips with this, with the clips that Austin's getting, I think will be really cool. Shout out to a good buddy David Varner on the 2000 Honda 250 two-stroke in front of me here, giving you a little taste of what some race footage would look like on this thing. It was fun to spin a few laps behind that beast. One more thing I wanted to show off. Shout out to my dad at the Cycle Center. He hooked me up with some awesome man cave art. So these are championship number plates that Honda sent him. We've got Sexton, Jet, 450 SX, MX, SMX, and then Jet, Hunter, and the 250. Thought this was pretty sick. Ride red. Plan to try and have the Dreamville videos out Monday, Tuesday at the latest. The Select might be a little later, but the Select did great this week. It was like over 5,000 views this week, so you gonna make the cut this weekend? Show up at Dreamville tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.